Welcome to your map to owning a beautiful body. I have a couple questions to ask you. Are you always trying to hide nagging belly fat? Are you self-conscious of the inches of flesh that hang over your upper arms? Are facial lines making you look 10 years older than you actually are? Is anxiety, shame, and guilt a daily thing? Afraid it's always going to be this way? Do you get hot flashes and need to remove clothes immediately? Are you out of breath by climbing up a flight of stairs? Are your joints sore and achy? Does your body feel like you not your own anymore? Do people tell you if you just quit eating? And have you tried just about everything? Well, I can relate. Although I have never been obese, I had continually weighed 25 pounds or more than my frame really should allow. Even during my thinnest period, I always had that bloated middle, that digestive issues, and belly fat. Actually, I exercised every day and I counted calories and I ate really what's considered a perfect diet. I gave up carbs, fats, alcohol, meat, everything really pretty much as the doctor ordered. And I stopped eating altogether before, like during painful fasts of 2, 3, maybe even 5 whole days without even eating a single bite of food because, well, my husband thought it was caused by what I was eating. Heck, proper food choices work for him. And yet, despite my best efforts, the scale and my belly never seemed to budge. So if you're troubled by overweight or obesity right now, trust me, I get it. That's where I was too. And I've had all those disempowering thoughts, which I wasn't surprised actually when I eventually turned it all around to discover that it really, truly was not my fault, right? This is not your fault. None of this is. Your weight struggles aren't due to a lack of willpower. It's not because you don't want to be skinny bad enough. And that weight gain that's been accelerating, the increased weight loss resistance, those things aren't being caused by you. They're being caused by your hormones. It's true. I've been assisting clients for many years now, most somewhere in midlife, experiencing menopause, perimenopause, or other hormonal issues and imbalances in their body. I know what causes weight gain and I know what lets it all go. I've been there. I did this, and now I can let you in on the secrets. As a matter of fact, I'm going to provide you a map to a beautiful body. Hi, I'm Marlene Allen, and I'm an internationally known cellular regeneration expert. I'm the owner of Your Body Power. I'm a certified master quantum activator and so much more. And I specialize in midlife makeovers that reverse the debilitating effects of accelerated aging. Now, we're also going to measure the process. We're going to go ahead and introduce accountability. And then we're going to look at your past for clues to what happened to you to cause weight problems, and then provide you easy things that you can do to turn this all around. And then I'm going to take you on a discovery of a completely natural and inexpensive fix that not only saved my life, but might very well save yours too. I did it all without a gym membership and without counting calories or denying myself, my favorite foods once in a while at least. And in fact, my new metabolism is rapid fast now. So hang in there and let's start at the beginning, okay? At least for me, I grew up skinny. All right, so many of you, maybe had similar pictures. Maybe you had a pretty good childhood. Nothing was out of order with your frame. I mean, I had a real small frame. I still do, but something happened in my 40s. And I couldn't quite put my finger on what it was because I was still, getting exercise. I was still, eating good foods and so forth. But that's when I actually started wearing roomy tops to cover my belly. Yeah. And hormones, that's when I discovered hormones. Okay. Yeah, really. There are so many things around hormones, the blocks that make it impossible for you to lose weight. 99% of weight loss resistance is hormonal. Okay, I had no idea. I had no clue what was going on in my 40s until I figured out that the weight loss can be easy once hormones that are produced in the proper amount and then they're sent to the right places at the right time. And that's what I discovered. And that's what I'm here to help you with today too. So here's some questions that I'd like to have you ask yourself. You can ask your higher self and see what information that they give you. But what question, if you asked it, would unlock your subconscious belief that keeps you from having internal balance? And what are you maybe not willing to see, know, perceive, or receive? And what are you holding on to that is no longer serving your highest and greatest good? 3 great questions that you can ask your high self and get answers to. Some weight hormones right off the top I can talk to you about are, inability to, release hunger, because there's something called ghrelin, and it's a hunger stimulant, and it's located in the hypothalamus in the brain. Okay, there's leptin. Also, the hypothalamus regulates that and slows down your appetite, and then it speeds up your metabolism. And then there's another type of hormone that I would invite you to pronounce it if you'd like. It aids in the release of digestive enzymes for the pancreas and acts as an appetite suppressant. So you may have not have heard of these 3, maybe you have, but there are ways of actually making them work for you. So improvements of balanced hormones, of course, there's, less weight, less appetite and hunger, reduced sugar cravings, and just better regulation of blood pressure, lowered cholesterol, improved concentration, less brain fog, right? Better memory. All these things I relate to because I have, okay? Increased energy, balanced emotions, mood, behavior, less aches and pains, and decreased belly fat. That's the one that I was actually, that was my one huge thing for many, many years. Bothered me for a long time. But now I'm better than I was 25 years ago. And you can be too. So come on, let's do this together. So let's get, first of all, I want to give you something. It's called I Own a Beautiful Body. And I love this meditation. It's something that you can do anytime that you feel that you would like to feel better about yourself. Okay. And this is actually going to be something that you can put on because of the information in it, but also it's coded. It's coded with a frequency where you will actually start feeling the cells, the particles in your body just start moving. Okay. And they're going to be moving in a way that is beneficial for the hormones to balance themselves and for you to start feeling better about your entire body in your perception as well. Okay, so we're going to be working in perceptions, we're going to be working in your emotions, we're going to be working in the physical body, moving particles around, and energy. So all of these different places are going to be moving all at the same time. Okay, what if you didn't think about weight? What if you knew every day that you own a beautiful body? Say it with me. I own a beautiful body. Now take a beautiful breath in. And exhale. Another cleansing breath in. And exhale. One more beautiful cleansing breath in. And exhale. Now close your eyes and visualize that you're in your lounge chair at a luxury resort. And as you plant your feet on the earth, a slight breeze teases your hair, and you immediately feel the buzz of electrons as your golden orb swirl moves up the soles of your feet into your root chakra. And you immediately feel the buzz of life force surge as it swells up your spine, and you ground it. See your golden orb. Your golden orb swirl. It's the most beautiful thing you've ever seen, and it's yours. You receive it and allow it to run its delicious warm energy through you, cleansing, balancing, freeing, and letting go. as you exclaim, I own a beautiful body. Your golden orb loves and adores you. Immediately feeling the buzz of electrons, your golden orb swirls beautiful healing power is evident as it caresses, massages, and moves into your sacral chakra, and you create it. Inspiration and motivation flood your body. Abilities like never before leap through your veins. The energy is palpable, electrifying, resonating, finely tuned to your perfect frequency. As you exclaim, I own a beautiful body. And immediately feeling the buzz of electrons, your golden orb swirl moves up into your solar plexus, the belly and gut. Creativity flowing through your being. You empower it. And feel the orb here as it massages your adrenal glands, gently draining and letting go of stress and any extra energy stored there. The orb spends a few minutes and continues with the draining until every last drip of stress has been let go. Your golden orb swirl now moves into your nervous system, looking for and discovering the energies of fear, panic, dread, and stress. The orb pulses through the nerves, transmuting those energies as it lets go of these debilitating emotions and energies. Feel them leaving the body and your auric field, cleansing, cleaning the layers of your aura of any stuck-on darkness, stickiness, and hyperness. Allow these energies to be transformed and transmuted by the beauty, love, and perfection of Mother Earth. As you exclaim, I own a beautiful body. Immediately feeling the buzz of electrons, your golden orb swirl moves up into your magnetic heart control center, and you feel it in your lungs, swirling gently in your rib cage, massaging your heart in its perfect rhythm and beat. As you say, I own a beautiful body. And immediately feeling the buzz of electrons, your golden orb swirl moves up into your throat, and you express it. Your juices are flowing in harmony with your hips and backside now as the golden orb floats through your thighs, nurturing your knees, adding spring to your step as your legs dance, and your arms float with a vibe that pulses through your fingertips. As you exclaim, I own a beautiful body. Immediately feeling the buzz of electrons, your golden orb swirl moves up into your inner vision, and you see it. And you exclaim, I own a beautiful body. And immediately feeling the buzz of electrons, your golden orb swirl moves up into your high self connection, into your crown, and you know it. Running from the top of your head, around your face, forehead, and temples, through the ears and behind the eyes, down the nasal cavity, swirling through your mouth, entering your jaw, neck, and shoulders. Feeling now the warmth as it glides down your back, swirling to all the correct places, clearing out what isn't yours to keep, melting, letting go. Your mind is clear, energized, and focused on today's experiences that you can be grateful for. The faint buzz of the golden orb as it energizes, cleanses, and replenishes you over and over, bottom to top, transmuting and letting go, and energizing, receiving all you desire and deserve, calling in blessings for you in the days, weeks, and months ahead. Remembering your golden orb and feel the golden orb relaxing and dissolving any stress and bringing you back to center where you're willing to face the new day, the new times, from a place of personal power, a knowing from deep inside where your golden orb swirls. See the swirl, your golden orb swirl, and command, I own a beautiful body. I'll take another cleansing deep breath in and let it go. One more deep breath in and let it go. And again, one more deep breath in and let it go. Gently now open your eyes and come back to center. The meditation is available for you to download. You can get that free at yourbodypower.com/no-wait. We're no longer waiting here. And we have more free downloads for you too. So besides the I Own a Beautiful Body MP3, I also have a couple of other downloads. One is a melt belly fat. It's an MP3 for you. Also, it's a guided meditation. And this is going to assist you with going in, watching and seeing and visualizing body fat just melting away. This one is absolutely wonderful. You're going to love this. I also have a decision matrix PDF for you that you can download, and you'll see what that is here as we go along here with a couple more slides. And I'm also going to be doing a intuitive body reading for you. So this is something that I'm including. It's not a download. It's actually something that I'm going to do for you. It's an intuitive body scan. So I'm going to actually scan you and find what your iodine level is. Okay, so this is going to have to do with the health of your thyroid and all of the hormones that are produced there. So if you're curious to see where your actual level is for iodine, I'm going to test your body and intuitively find out what your level is, and I will send that to you. Also, I'm going to check for your percentage of function for the 3 glands of the endocrine system that are responsible for weight loss. And they are the thyroid, the pancreas, and the hypothalamus. So I'm actually going to do a reading for you on those 3 glands as well as the iodine level and send those to you. So you can get those out, same price, yourbodypower.com/no-wait. Okay, so let's get started here. Let's go ahead. These are the 3 areas where you can actually add speed to your journey of results right now. So you can measure daily to gauge your movement, breath, diet, and lifestyle. And then we have an accountability piece to this. And then we also are going to look at your past. So these are the 3 areas that you can do right now. So let's start with the M for measuring. We want to measure daily, engage this, right? So this is the importance of movement. So incorporating movement into your day is actually going to set your mind and body on the same energetic level. And that says, I am vital. It's telling your body, I am vital, right? I own a beautiful body, right? So enjoyable ways to include movement. You can, Tai Chi, there's yoga, dancing, walking, just take a walk around the block, and then being goofy and having fun, right? Just moving. And these methods actually connect your meridians and brain pathways and begins the rewiring of your brain, helping to eliminate old programs. So try that. It doesn't take much. I just started with dancing. You just move whatever moves, right? If you can't dance, full body, just move whatever does move and put on some music and have fun. Now let's go into breath. We did meditation just now, so we can see what the importance is for breathing, but just breathe, right? So you can do the meditation I did, just did. We can do that daily. Or you can do deep breathing with conscious awareness of your breath. So it helps to clear any stuckness in the body and opens vibrational pathways, along with clearing the lungs and oxygenating your brain. Very, very important. Also then diet, of course, there's always a component around diet, right? So, but it's important to have a healthy diet. So you want to consider the impact, of sugar, dairy, meat. All these things are not so good in the diet, and meat products, animal proteins and so forth. Besides having saturated fat, what happens when it goes to your liver, the liver just stops, right? Everything. It tells everything in your body to stop. Whatever's not an essential thing, like breathing and so forth. Every movement in your body has to stop and process that fat. So just to let you know, so that means the energy, the mitochondria in your cells actually just stops, right? Stops providing energy for you in your body so that fat can be processed. So if you ever wonder why you feel tired and have no energy right after you ate a meal with animal protein, that could be why. Because your mitochondria just turn off, right? So they can process what you just ate. But these can all be triggers, right? And they can affect your hormonal balance and increase inflammation. So sticking with a plant-based diet, mostly raw foods, juicing, colonics, that can help keep your system running clean and smooth. And I'm not telling you to do anything here that I haven't already done. I did give up meat. I gave up cheese, milk, dairy, all that. And so happy. Okay, so happy that I did, right? So take the time to listen to your body and what it's actually asking for. So the importance of real food. Yeah, make real food, right? So make sure it doesn't say GMO, or what you're looking for actually is organic, fresh, whole, clean foods, right? But if you really need something as a treat, you could do like a homemade ice cream with coconut cream, right? Just freeze it. And you can get fresh strawberries. Stevia is really a delicious alternative to, if you need some kind of sugar or whatever. It's great. Stevia is natural, tastes better, really. And you can do this. It's better than commercial ice cream. Seriously. And if you love to socialize around food, then you can choose healthy options that are much better for you than the options chosen for most people that, are into GMOs or not even reading the labels to know what they're getting. So these are not real food. So make sure that you're eating real food. And I'm serious about this because when we do eat the GMOs, the genetically modified organisms, so they're like food-like products, they're really not real. When we're eating these, there's little things in there that, in the pesticides, they go in and go into a bug or a pest's stomach and blows it up. So seriously, if that's what it does in a pest, just think what it's doing in your gut. Okay, so when you see people who, a few months ago, they look fine, now you look at them and like, what have you been eating? What have you been doing? GMOs, if you just eliminate GMOs, I swear you will lose weight just by that. Okay, so try it, right? Seriously. And let's then look at lifestyle. Let's talk about that. Face it, your lifestyle really sets the stage for about everything. Your patterns, programs, they can be seen by examining your lifestyle. So are you spending your time eating your sad emotions, or are you eating your successes in life? Right? You can make the change that tells your body that you are dedicated to loving it, and it will respond. And then look at, are your friends toxic? Who do you spend your time with? That's a reflection of who you are. So they say that the 3 people that you spend most of your time with can show you who you are. Are they negative, happy, fun-loving, adventurous, or are they complainers and failures? So make sure your diet of relationships is one that you can be proud of. And knowing that they are beautiful, harmonious, and vibrant people that, you all support each other. And then you can get busy and get creating. So the best way to rise up and out of any breakdown is through creativity. So each one of you is a creative being in your own way. So if you don't yet recognize this in yourself, it's time for some self-discovery. Right? So get curious. What might it take for you to become a healthy, vibrant person living at your highest potential? And what might that look like? You can start to open your mind and really start to feel that picture and then take steps toward it. So love yourself most of all, okay? Discover who you really are and have lots of fun while you're doing it. If it wasn't going to be fun, it wasn't going to work for me. Okay, so it had to be fun. You can just be goofy with this, right? But love yourself. This is the most important thing. Love yourself. Okay, and what I'd like to give you is a map. So you can map your way to your ideal weight and own a beautiful body. So I want to have a talk with you about talking to your higher self. Okay, so you can ask your high self, and that's you, okay, what it wants you to know about you or your weight issue and what you can do now to improve it and what you can do to be more beautiful. Okay, so here's the assignment. And this works, believe me, it works. Okay, so I wouldn't ask you to do it if I haven't already done it myself. I want you to write 100 ways. Now, I know you don't know 100 ways, but if you did, what would they be? What are the 100 ways that you can, just ask yourself what it is that you can do now to improve your weight issue or to improve your life, to improve your health, to be more beautiful. Write 100 ways. Okay, so if you did know 100 ways, what would they be? Just start out. You can borrow a few from the presentation that I'm giving here today. And then, when you get stuck, just start brainstorming. Make something up. Make it goofy. Write anything. But just keep going. And soon you'll get to the real juicy stuff. The real reasons why you're experiencing a weight problem and what to stop doing or what to start doing. And then things that your body will resonate with. That makes it easier for you to want to give that to your body and to you. Okay, so you can sort your findings in this way. The first column, the top left column, you're going to write out of those 100, you're going to take your top 20 that is the highest return with the lowest amount of effort. So the highest return, meaning the things that will help your body the most or lose the most weight or get the best results with the lowest amount of effort. Okay, that's column 1. Column 2 on the top right is the top 20 ways with the highest return again, but with some high effort. You got to put some effort in there. Maybe it's, running or doing something like that. Column 3, bottom left, is the top 10 low effort, low return. Okay, it doesn't take much to do it, but you're not going to get a huge return. But since it didn't take much effort, put them down there, right? And then column 4 in the bottom right, that's your top 10 high effort, low return. These generally are ones you don't want to spend your time doing. Okay, so now out of these columns, and you can probably concentrate most of your time in the top left, the first column, you're going to choose your top 5. And then you're going to plan them into your life and add them in the bottom, in that bottom column right there, okay? Across the bottom. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to put in your top 5, and now you'll know what those are. And you may not have even thought of that before you even started here today, right? Because you didn't know 100 things off the top of your head. But now you know the top 5 things that you can do personally. Your body told you what to do, and you've sorted it out, and now you have your plan, right? So you can get a PDF of this. I have this PDF. It's a decision matrix, and I have it available for you for downloading. Again, that's at yourbodypower.com/no-weight. And I'm calling weight W-A-I-T. All right, because there's no waiting. It's like we've been waiting for something. We've been waiting, permission. We've been waiting for somebody to change. We've been waiting for things to happen. We've been waiting to, start that new job, get out of that old relationship. We've been just waiting too long. So that's one of the things too that you can ask yourself, your high self, when you're in these exercises here. When you brainstorm, are there things that I'm waiting for? What is it I'm waiting for? I'm not going to wait for them anymore, right? So here's your A in the map. It's accountability. And accountability can help you achieve your health goals. So it's a really important tool for making and breaking habits. And it works best when it comes from the outside. And you can do this by checking in with a friend every day to talk about, healthful eating or whatever it happens to be. So you're more likely to exercise if you've made a plan to walk with a friend, or you scheduled a workout with her or with a personal trainer, because you don't want to let them down, right? So, you want to find a buddy. Choose a friend who wants to achieve a similar goal and make a plan. And it's easy nowadays. You can find somebody even online, right? So you don't have to be, someone in your neighborhood, right? So accountability might mean meeting each other once or twice a week for a walking date, or it could just mean that you have a daily text, you check in to see how you're doing on a diet, or maybe a Zoom call to work on, some type of project that you're doing together, right? So there's benefits absolutely for having an accountability buddy. So they will make anything possible for you, right? So how will they do it? By making sure that you move out of your comfort zone. So it's important to, get rid of limiting beliefs. And that's exactly what your buddy is going to help you do. You need someone to give you a push and take the extra effort out of your comfort zone. So make sure the buddy you choose fully understands your goals and isn't afraid to speak their mind when the occasion arises, right? If really they need to. Okay. And your buddy can provide companionship. We need a friend, right? They can be even more impactful when you're working toward the same goal together. And when you feel overwhelmed or alone, it's especially difficult to stick with a diet or other goals you've set. So if you have someone going through the same thing as you, then it becomes less demanding to stick to your plan, right? Somebody else might have a different perspective at that time that they can share with you to help you feel better. And your buddy will inspire you to hit new heights. No matter how successful you are in any part of your life, there's always be days when you've lost your motivation. And that initial excitement, we all know about that, of setting a wonderful goal can start to fade at times. And that's when you need someone to motivate you. So when you say, I can't go on, your buddy will tell you, yes, you can. So it's vital to have someone that you can remind you of how far you've come and what you've achieved already, because this is what's going to help you keep the end goal in sight. And they can also provide feedback. So you want to have somebody that's able to provide this good feedback. And a good partner really knows what you have been striving towards and can give you great feedback about your efforts. Makes it easy to see your mistakes and fix them if it's required. And by reevaluating a plan, then you can also figure out why you want to become healthier. So when you find your why to becoming healthier, it helps to stay disciplined and choose healthier habits. And it's also a huge step towards reaching your goals. And your buddy's always there to watch your back, right? So one of the joys of having this buddy is when having a trusted friend walking alongside you, you're totally confident that you'll never be alone in this. You'll have somebody with whom you can share your fears, someone who will give you a much needed reality check from time to time. And we all need that. We do, time to time. So a buddy will celebrate every win, no matter how small. And the worst thing to do on any journey is to be discouraged about how far you've got to go instead of being happy about how far you've already come. So it's important to get everything into perspective, because losing weight can also be about enjoying the journey and discovering yourself and loving yourself, finding that love within. Now we're going to go to the P in MAP. And this one is about the past. Woo, it's about clearing the baggage from your past. So really, whose energy are you holding on to? And did you know that you could be holding energies in your body and field from those around you, or even from those you have had a relationship with in the past? And that these energies can be a reason that you hold on to weight. Or maybe you're waiting for something, right? So these energies, I find this a lot in people. So you want to clear your karma and entangled energies with, say, your family. You want to, put your siblings, your parents, step-parents, in-laws, children, relatives, put them all on a list and, see if any of them have a trigger for you. You can ask your high self, is there energy with this person that I'm holding on to? Am I waiting for them to do something, right? Am I still waiting for my sister to apologize to me? Maybe, right? You'll never know unless you put these things down and start asking the questions. Is there something with your spouse or a past lover or a relationship that you were in? One that you maybe were very uncomfortable in. Maybe you didn't want to be yourself. You didn't want to fully show yourself and who you were. That happens. Make a list of all these people and see if there's something that resonates there. And ask the questions. How does this play into my weight issue right now? And so maybe there's a place that you were when the weight started. Where was that place? Was it a city, a town, a club? Maybe you were in school. What happened there? And then your relationship and energy around food. Absolutely. So food, you can have karma, you can have some type of issue around eating. Maybe it's eating a certain thing or eating at a certain time or place, or, whatever activities you do around food. Find out if there is energy entangled with that. And make a list. Put this in your journal and find out what energies you're holding to food, to weight, to the people around those issues. Now, in your past, in your baggage, you may have agreed to something. What have you agreed to? Right? Did you make agreements in the past around food, dieting, or your health? Well, we can clear those agreements, contracts, and vows. One thing you can do is you can state out loud that I cancel, clear, and delete all agreements with, and then you can add those people, those places, the issues from the energies that you just identified from the past slide, the energy that you're holding on to, those people, those lists of people or the places that you were, the foods, list all of them. You cancel, clear, and delete all agreements with them. In this life, all lifetimes on my timeline, in this dimension, and in all dimensions. You can do the same thing with contracts. Cancel, clear, and delete all contracts with them or whatever that is, if you have them. Also, you can clear vows. So let's say this out loud, okay? I cancel, clear, and delete all vows to separation, loneliness, obedience, suffering, sacrifice, and struggling. In this life, all lifetimes on my timeline, in this dimension, and in all dimensions. I'm doing a clearing for you right now here for this, to let go of these vows. Some people took on these vows. These are the ones that I checked and looked up myself, and anything to do with weight loss, these were the ones that came up. So, you know, you might have taken a vow for poverty and chastity and all those things too, but they did not come up as a reason for potential weight problems in this lifetime right now. So clearing all vows right now to separation, loneliness, obedience, suffering, sacrifice, and struggling in this life. Oh my gosh. And this doesn't just apply to weight either, right? So maybe you've been lonely. Maybe you've been waiting for Mr. Right. Maybe you've been waiting for a bad situation to end, right? Maybe you've been in suffering, struggle, and sacrifice. Clearing that now for you. Feeling here. Very nice. Okay. Very good. So now, how have you blocked your rights to a beautiful and balanced body? Well, you can claim and clear your right to it, right? So if you have blocked your rights to a beautiful and balanced body, this may not be something that you did consciously. You know, you may have some thought forms around that, negative thought forms perhaps. There can be thought forms, thoughts that you have with a group of people that you bought into a certain idea. Maybe you thought, you know, yeah, everybody here thinks that you have to be, you know, paper thin or something like that. And that's the deal. If I can't get that, I might as well not even start. Okay, that's a negative thought form. And let's clear that now. Okay, so I'm clearing that one for you now. So you are going to claim and clear your rights to owning a beautiful body, right? So anything that's dark energies around that, absolutely. We're doing a clearing right now for you. Curses, patterns, things that continually happen, right? So maybe you lose a couple of pounds, but then you gain one back. You lose a couple and then you gain another back, or, you know, or maybe you gain the whole thing, right? Those are patterns, and you get stuck in these patterns. So let's clear those. And what about emotions, right? So emotions around having a beautiful and balanced body. So maybe it's tearful for you and you just cannot come to grips. That's okay. We're clearing some things with emotion right now. And then there's DNA programs. So things that we really didn't really know that they were programmed, just like a computer code that says you have no right to a beautiful body. So let's clear that right now. Let's clear those. And things in your bloodline, things from, you know, your mother's family and so forth. You know, maybe they didn't feel beautiful. Maybe they didn't have time to feel beautiful. Maybe they were suffering, you know, in a different lifetime in poverty or, you know, in a starvation type situation. Okay, so that comes through your bloodline. So let's do a clearing on that right now too. And there could be curses. things that you are cursed. And these could be from a person as well as dark energy. Could be somebody put a thing on you saying, well, maybe they were jealous or envious of you, and they're going to put something on you where you continually increase your weight. Happens. Absolutely happens. I've had curses on me. I know about curses. I know the devastating effects that can happen to somebody having put a curse on you. So let's clear that. And while we are working on the energies around that, let's say these things out loud. Okay, you can repeat them here with me, or you can come back and press stop on this slide and play them again and say them out loud. I am beautiful. I love my body just as it is today. I feel terrific in my body from my head to my toes. I am allowed to take up space. I talk to my body daily and encourage its amazingness. My body is perfect the way it is, and I honor it right now. I feel love streaming through every inch of my insides. I thank food for nourishing me. It is not my enemy. Thank you, body, for taking such good care of me. My worth is defined by me, not my weight. I am comfortable in my body. I accept myself and my body the way it is. I am confident in my body. Others' opinions of me do not involve me. I take care of my body in every way. And I own a beautiful body. Very nice. Okay. So where do hormone problems start? In the endocrine system. So here's your top 3 weight-related glands. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about this. This is what I do every day with my clients. Okay, I work in quantum healing. I do quantum activations, and I actually work in the glands of the endocrine system and move particles, non-local, so anywhere, remotely, and actually, moving these particles in the glands to make them whole again. Okay, so one of the things I mentioned is that I'm going to be doing a reading of your thyroid to tell you where it's at, the percentage of function it is at currently. And I got to tell you, anybody past the age of 30, I'm finding that most of the time their thyroid is maybe in the 30% range. And that's not so encouraging, but it's the reality. Okay, so listen to what you can do and things about your thyroid, and then actually get your iodine level checked too. Okay, so that's one of the things here that I will read for you, do an intuitive scan and find out what your iodine level is. And that again is at yourbodypower.com/no-weight, WAIT. So changes in weight can signal an abnormal thyroid gland function. So low levels of the thyroid hormone can cause weight gain. And like I said, if you have a 30% function of your thyroid, which is what I test for the majority of people, especially women, this is probably going to apply to you. Hypothyroidism. Weight gain and obesity occur with low levels of thyroid hormones and can make your system sluggish and you constipated, along with other things. Maybe you can feel tired, moody, lose hair, sore muscles, get forgetful, that brain fog. And if you're not careful, there's worse things like heart disease, diabetes, and so forth. They go hand in hand with hypothyroidism. And, the thyroid hormones affect every single tissue in your body. So if your thyroid isn't producing enough thyroid hormone, that your processes start slowing down. And that's the hypothyroidism or low thyroid status. It presents with slow metabolism, leading to weight gain, and then abnormally high levels of, like cholesterols and, different things in your body, right? So that's what leads to the heart diseases. And there's headaches. You can have headaches, dry skin, chronic pain, weakness. Your hands can get cold, your fingers, or they can go numb and get tingling. And depression, sense of hopelessness. Absolutely. Had a client that she gained 30 pounds to her average size frame in less than a year. She felt tired, her hair was thin, her nails got brittle, her throat felt constricted. But she went to see a doctor and they told her that she was just depressed and eating too much. And especially if you're in this perimenopause stage or menopause, they will blame this on menopause symptoms. All right. So or they could put you on a antidepressant. And really, if you have all the signs of thyroid disease or thyroid issues here, where the thyroid gland is not producing enough hormone, that's what it is. Okay. However, the problem is that the blood tests are not picking up. The ones that they typically use are not picking up this information. Sometimes they do, but the majority of times the blood tests aren't designed to pick up hypothyroidism, which is 95% of the people who have a thyroid issue. They can pick up hyperthyroidism, but that's only about 5%. So you don't want to, go in, they test you what symptoms you're having. Oh, you're depressed. Oh, here's an antidepressant. Right. And this person, unfortunately, they developed heart disease on account of it. They put her on something, eventually on a thyroid medication, but it's a steroid, essentially, and steroids just suppress symptoms. They do not do anything about the symptom. You just suppress it. So what are they doing? They're not helping to decrease the risk of heart disease. They're helping, really, I would say, increase, because there's no cure behind this. So you may not realize that your thyroid levels are low. The symptoms can mimic all kinds of different things, typically with aging or, like I said, menopause, the hair or skin changes, forgetfulness, sore muscles, lack of energy. Right. So just know that you can go where the core of your weight issues start. And this is one of the areas that I go to. This is my top three areas. Thyroid is the top one. So using powerful healing activations for generating your glands, I can actually increase the percentage of function of your thyroid and its hormones, T3 and T4. So by having fully functioning glands that pump out the correct amount of hormones to balance your body and weight, then you can look better, you're more alive, you can stay sexy and vital for decades to come. So that's what we're going for here. And so women that I work with who I followed over several months had lost twice the body weight and gained lean muscle mass compared to women that didn't balance their hormones naturally at the source. And that's what I mean by balancing your hormones naturally, because I can actually, once we do the upgrade to the thyroid, the cellular regeneration, then the hormones naturally come back in balance. So we're not having to take drugs and do all these other things. And believe me, I've gone through that whole thing with creams and putting on, but don't let your husband touch that because he will grow breasts. It's like, what? Okay. All kinds of things that didn't work. I've done them. Okay. I know exactly. I do have a client that told me that she, probably added, instead of 10 pounds, she added 10 years to her life. And then she couldn't ask for more, really. She saw the pounds drop off her midsection first, and then she noticed all the health benefits after that. So hypothyroidism is often caused by iodine deficiency, and that's why I'm saying get your iodine level checked. When there's not enough iodine to make thyroid hormones, the body can't produce iodine itself. So it's necessary for the proper function of your body's tissues, including the pancreas, which we're going to talk about here in a minute, the breasts, the brain, which we'll talk about here in a minute too, the stomach, the adrenal glands, and the skin. Yeah, like dry skin, dry mouth, brain fog, fibromyalgia, fibrocystic breasts. A lot of those symptoms are iodine deficiency. So one thing you can do is do it. You can take an iodine test. If you put a little of the iodine on your arm, and after an hour, it's completely gone, you can't even see where you put it in, then you'll need more, right? That's one of the things to test for yourself. But I will actually do a test on your body, scan you intuitively and let you know if you're deficient in it. And if you're deficient in iodine, there's some radiation issue too, so that can be cleared for you. But yeah, radiation related. Yeah. So iodine's an element. It's needed for the production of your thyroid hormone, and it's found in various foods too. So you can do that as well. It's mostly seaweed, seafoods. Seaweed. Kelp, different things like that. So yeah, I will check it for you though at no cost. And it's in your stop waiting kit when you request it at that link, yourbodypower.com/no-wait. So thyroid, number one. Number two is your pancreas. Now, the pancreas, it's a very interesting gland. Okay, so this is the one that you can count on for belly fat. Yeah, I knew all about this one. And it stores belly fat. So there's a leptin resistance. It's similar to insulin resistance. And interestingly, both types of resistance occur together in obese people. So 1 in 3 Americans, this is just a stat for America, but including half of those age 60 and older, have a silent blood sugar problem known as insulin resistance. And the number is probably a little higher than that. Insulin is made in the pancreas. And most actions of insulin are directed at metabolism. And that's what we were talking about with the thyroid, right? Or the control of carbohydrates, starches, sugars, fats, and proteins, right? So insulin resistance means that your body can't respond properly to the insulin that the pancreas makes. And over time, this sets up and sends your blood sugar levels rising. And that can set you up for the type 2 diabetes and other serious health problems, including heart attacks, strokes, and cancer. So, it's something over time. The pancreas produces more and more insulin until really it cannot produce no longer, right? It's insufficient amounts of insulin for your body's demands. And so that's when the blood sugar increases. So insulin is what regulates the function of your body's cells, including cell growth, right? And we all need that. We all need that to stay healthy, but for longevity purposes, especially as we age. So, the cycle would be if we eat food, we make insulin. And then the cells can resist insulin over time. And then sugar stores as fat. Then you feel tired and hungry, so you eat food, right? And that's that insulin resistance loop that you get into, and it just continues and continues and continues. So one thing you can do is check to see how large your waist is. So take out a tape measure and, maybe grit your teeth to see what this one comes out to be. But if you can determine what you're at risk for insulin resistance, measure your waist. If it's for women, if it's more than 35 inches, or for men, 40 inches or more. Now, if you're Asian, Chinese, Japanese, then you're going to look at 31.5 inches for women and 35.5 inches for men. So if you're over those, 35 for women, 40 for men, for non-Asian, that increases the odds of insulin resistance and metabolic syndrome, which is linked to this insulin resistance. Okay, and so now this is where I have the MP3 available for you for melting belly fat. And sugar cravings, actually, I have on the screen here. So I've got the MP3 to end sugar cravings is what it's called. So that's available for download at yourbodypower.com/no-wait, WAIT. And also, I'm going to give you a free reading of what your pancreas, percentage of function on the pancreas. I do have a client of mine that I worked with. We got her insulin resistance under control, her glands and hormones balanced out. She lost 2 dress sizes and said to me, I came to the realization that this moment is now or never. I'm fit and trim, more active, and I don't feel drained all the time. There's a gal named Kim. I remember that. Absolutely incredible, the difference in some people. It's what I do every day, and I see the results in improvements. not just with their weight, but their full entire outlook on life changes, the different things that, some of them get into relationships. And, once they've worked out the issues around what their weight was in the first place, now they're more able to get into a more fulfilling relationship as well. So the third one I mentioned is the hypothalamus. Now the hypothalamus is, it has a lot to do with hunger and weight, right? So weight is controlled in the hypothalamus. It's in the brain, behind the eyes. And, within it, there's nerve cells. And then when they're activated, they produce the sensation of hunger. And in, similar to these, there's another set of cells in another set of nerves that when those are activated, they take your hunger away. So your desire to eat is determined by which of these two types of nerves are dominant at a particular time. So there are hormones that affect these nerves, right? And influence whether we have the desire to eat or not. So there's ghrelin, and this is produced in the gut, as well as leptin. It comes from fat. And then some come from your pancreas. But leptin and ghrelin are the regulators of appetite and hunger, or satiation, right? So, once your stomach's full, it reduces the desire to eat, both by lowering ghrelin production, that hormone that makes you hungry, and by sending a message to the hypothalamus. So when someone loses weight through, like, say, lifestyle changes, reduced calories, their intake, increased physical activity, maybe, or, going through and looking at your past baggage and so forth, getting that accountability buddy, then the levels of the hunger controlling hormones change, making the individual want to eat more, right? So this is what generally happens when you start putting on weight. Okay, so it happens as a result of the hormones that are blocked that we talked about. Your body begins to overproduce leptin, and then when the brain starts to ignore leptin's message, so instead of feeling full, we feel increasingly hunger and we crave the wrong kinds of food. So the body then can become more fuel efficient with energy expenditure decreasing by about 300 calories a day below the baseline. So you decrease, your food. So to maintain your weight loss, then you must increase your energy expenditure and then fight the feeling of hunger at the same time. So it's really not surprising that a lot of people, they just give up. So changes in your lifestyle alone aren't enough. The issue of increased hunger needs to be addressed, and that's what are activated, those hormones in your hypothalamus, both leptin and ghrelin. They're the big players in regulating appetite, and they significantly influence body weight and fat. Right? So when we get hungrier, we tend to eat more. And when we eat more, obviously, we maintain our body weight or we gain weight back. Right? So they're, pretty much in fat cells. The leptin is in stomach, heart, and decreases hunger. But aging is also controlled by your hypothalamus. So when you're changing the signaling within it, it can slow down the aging process and increase longevity. So that's another bonus of getting the hypothalamus into optimal function. And I definitely would recommend getting the hypothalamus upgraded. So we do the actual regeneration in the particles of your actual hypothalamus. So if it doesn't function properly, you're also going to be throwing off the functioning of several other areas, like your pituitary gland, your adrenals, and your thyroid, and your ovaries. Right? And the hypothalamus, besides, hunger and satiety, it produces hormones that also control your body temperature. Same as the thyroid did, but this is the master control. The hypothalamus here also regulates, your heart rate, your mood, your sex drive, your sleep, thirst, right? And it controls behavior, emotions, your memory. It controls your water and salt balance. So if you are, retaining water and you have that bloat, that's where that's regulated. And then your sleep-wake cycle, that body clock, right? Your blood pressure, heart rate, all of these things are monitored by the hypothalamus. The production of digestive juices to get that digesting going once you've eaten, and then balancing out your fluids. Right? So there's a lot going on here with the hypothalamus. Believe me, it is a biggie when it comes to your weight. Key is to eating the right amount, but if you have issues with the hypothalamus, which again is about 65 to 70% of all my clients have an issue with the hypothalamus. So that is one reason why I've included it in the top 3 glands that I work with clients for weight loss. And again, this is something that you can get in my I Stopped Waiting kit when you request it. And it's a reading for your hypothalamus to see what the function of your hypothalamus is. And that's, again, at yourbodypower.com/know-weight, W-A-I-T. Now, there's other things to, contribute to weight. Cellulite is a big thing that a lot of people ask me about. And it affects about 80% of all women, right? So that's why I get asked this a lot. Poor diet, lack of physical activity, but hormone changes are involved here, and genetics. So we've got DNA programs. And that's one of the things that we work with when we work in the glands too, is the DNA. Because you have programs in there that are compromising, like computer code again. It's telling your hypothalamus, or it's telling your cells to break down collagen, for example. Right? It's caused by accumulated fats or toxins in the body, and that reduces skin elasticity and slows down circulation. So again, eating the vegetables and fruits, the higher alkaline diet is good for that. But also, looking at the DNA programs for cellulite. That's what we really want to clear. We've got to get those changed, right? You don't want to be running that computer program that says, give you cellulite or lose skin. That's another one, right? So when we do the cellular regrowth on the glands, things do go back to the way that they should be. Even themselves, balance themselves out. But, too, skin can only be stretched so far before it really loses some of its ability to, snap back over time. So, if you're 100 pounds or maybe more overweight for many years, then you might want to tighten or lift the loose skin. But just know that there are so many things that we can do around that too. Right? So water too is crucial, maintaining skin elasticity. Foods and water that you drink each day, absolutely wonderful. You need a lot of water, right? So they say 8 or 9 glasses of water a day. But essentially you want to be drinking every half an hour. Yep. So midlife is usually when I see all my clients, things start happening, right? That's those pictures I showed you of myself. That's when things start happening with me. And that's when things got real serious with me and what I'm doing in my business and with my clients around weight. Okay, so at Your Body Power, that's what we do. The issues that you see with your midlife body and with my midlife clients who begin to gain weight. And that's when the hormone problems actually start speeding up, and that speeds up the aging process. So these work hand in hand. You don't have to say, hey, I'm on an anti-aging schedule, but you are. Once we work in the hormones and the endocrine system, you're working in a longevity anti-aging type program. And that's what we do. So these hormones are responsible for the aches and pains, the weight gain, and for the majority of all chronic illnesses. So it's the endocrine system. It's where the hormones are made, distributed. and it starts failing at around age 35. So the same amount of food that makes us gain weight, that's, maybe a 600 calories a day, there's no way to lose, you may as well improve the glands and your hormones. Yep. So inside each cell where hormones perform their work, we're finding cellular defects in the mitochondria. And those are those energy centers that I said that just stop completely when the liver needs to process fat. And as well as toxins and chemicals in there, in the mitochondria inside the cell. And they impair hormone metabolism at the cellular level. So it's nearly impossible for defective cells to send signals to the brain to tell them what to do, or, we need these hormones here. It's almost impossible. So women's lives can negatively change with a lack of hormones that they previously produced. And we're not talking just physically, we're talking obviously emotionally, mentally, energetically, spiritually, professionally, and financially. So you want to get to the core. It's the endocrine system where all of the hormones are produced and distributed. Yep. So, life force is something that we want to talk about as well. Life force is something that we do increase every time that we go into the glands and do a cellular, try and say that fast 3 times, cellular regeneration. Finding the cellular malfunction so that your cells then can transmit the signals to the brain for need of more hormones. So it's the enlightened approach to midlife symptoms, weight gain, hormone imbalance. It's through quantum activations. And it's that quantum energy that rearranges the particles of the cell back to optimum, clears out what's no longer beneficial to you, and restores, rejuvenates, and regenerates your body system. So it actually unlocks your life force to heal you from the inside and addresses the root causes of illness. So happy cells equal a happy life. Right? So what I do is I increase your life force energy, that feeds your energy, and then I increase the frequency of vibration, which is how we attract things, whether things are hard and we're suffering, or we're in health and happiness. And then we release premature aging patterns, let go of harmful DNA programs, and clear curses around female problems. Yeah, they exist. And then we actually regenerate the compromised stem cells in your glands back to the beauty, love, and perfection that they were when we were younger, so that your hormones work the way that they should again, and you regain a positive outlook on life, sexy and vital, more awake and alive. So a total cellular age reversal is one of the most popular benefits, since it turns back the clock on biological age after being set back to optimum. Mine is over 25 years. I reversed my age, my biological age, over 25 years. It's closer to 30 years. I'm healthier now than I was 30 years ago. So this can be a beautiful time in a woman's life. And the sooner you know what's causing the acceleration of aging and weight gain, the sooner you can stop it in its tracks and begin to reverse its devastating effects. And they are. Absolutely. They are life-changing before it's too late. Yep. So that's the cellular regeneration process, and it's efficient, provides positive, lasting effects for a level of health, balanced weight, and vitality that you may have only dreamed of up until now. So this is your time. Midlife can be the most fantastic time of your life, one of health and wholeness, the one you dreamed about. So how will you do it? With drugs, fighting a weight problem, or will you break all the rules and be someone totally different than you thought you could be, and claim all of yourself and revision yourself into complete wholeness? So you can start by balancing your hormones that make midlife sexy and vital. It is not too late. Miracles start now. You can start by getting your free downloads, I mentioned about, or the intuitive body readings by me, to include your iodine level, so the reading of your iodine level and the reading of the percentage of function of your thyroid, pancreas, and hypothalamus. And then there's that decision matrix PDF And then there's the Melt Belly Fat MP3 we talked about with the pancreas, and then the I Own a Beautiful Body MP3. They're all available for you right now. All you need to do is just go to yourbodypower.com/no, that's N-O, dash weight, W-A-I-T. And so with that, I would like to encourage you to hydrate, so get plenty of water. We did some clearings here today, and your body is detoxing that stuff that it doesn't need from what we just let go. Okay, so starting by hydrating right now. The beauty of cellular regeneration process is that it's efficient and provides positive, lasting effects for a level of health and vitality that you can start as your reality right now. So consciously creating an amazing new time of life by experiencing a total upgrade to your energetic and endocrine systems that affect the hormones and restore balance as your body remembers real vitality from younger years, allowing 100% life force energy to flow. It's the real secret behind wellness and success with any weight loss goal or health issue. So remember, you can request your I Stopped Waiting kit at yourbodypower.com/no-wait, W-A-I-T. And with that, I would like to come back and just express my gratitude and my knowing for you, my absolute knowing for you, that this is going to work just the same as it worked for me. And all the many, 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 many clients that I do this for on a daily basis. So with that, namaste.